The last 72 hours have been really rough for Angel Reese and WNBA players. Remember, Angel Reese was the person that gave this threat.
It comes to the meetings. I gotta get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us, if y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sitting out.
And of course, videos and comments and reactions have been going all over the internet.
So players in the WNBA like Angel Reese are saying if they don't get the money they want from the collective bargaining agreement, they'll sit out. I mean, at least then the NBA wouldn't have to subsidize your payroll. I mean, you're not really hurting anyone. The only person who would be hurt is the person who draws an audience, and that's not you. Sorry, you sit looking. You don't play that well. You suck.
And this turn of events is very interesting now because the WNBA has a plan for Angel Reese. You see, let me explain. You see, Angel Reese is a person who believes that the WNBA is going to protect cis women. That means women who are biologically born women such as her. And that could be the case right now. Also, remember, the league has been losing money the WNBA has never made a profit in 28 years. And remember, Brittany Griner, a very popular WNBA player, was asked about the possibility of trans players coming to WNBA.
Everyone deserves the right to play. Everyone deserves the right to come here, sit in these seats and feel safe and not feel like there's a threat or they can't be who they are. Definitely will be speaking up against that legislation and those laws that are trying to be passed, for sure.
Now, of course, people were shooting this down like crazy. There's no way we will let trans women play in the same league with WNBA players. Well, think again. Fast forward! The other day, the Los Angeles Sparks made a pretty big announcement. They said this: we're looking for male practice players for the 2025 season. Do you have what it takes? Join us for tryouts, Saturday, April 12th, 10 to 12 p.m. at El Camino College. Now stop the show. Why are they doing this? WNBA teams frequently bring in male practice players to enhance competitiveness and fine-tune their preparation for the season. Now, this is very interesting because now we're one step away from allowing the unthinkable to happen in the WNBA. And there's a similar story happening right now in another country. Rewind! Popular fitness influencer Natalie Barnett is under scrutiny right now. She's starting a gym called the G Spot, which is the girl spot. And the reason why she says it's the G Spot is because men never find it. I mean, obviously somebody found hers because she's a single mom. But seriously, that's the reality. And at first, everything was going fine for her new gym in 2021 because she decided that she would allow trans women to come into her gym. So they were donating and giving her a lot of money. Then fast forward! And then once 2025 came, well, she said this.
In 2021, 4 years ago, I made a tweet, and the tweet referenced my women's only gym, the girl spot, and being trans inclusive. Now, when I made that tweet in 2021, I had just announced my plans to open a women's only gym. I hadn't thought out the vision or the mission or what it would entail, but all I knew is that I wanted to open a gym. We are now 4 years later, and I have had a great deal of time to figure that out. The Girl Spot Gym exists as a safe space for women because women are facing gym harassment, sexual assault, and sexual violence inside of gyms. And I know that because I'm a victim of it. So the meaning of the Girl Spot Gym is now entirely different. And I say this to say that whilst we are a gym, inside we are focusing on self-defense classes, Muay Thai, boxing classes, as well as workshops and activations around PCOS and training on your menstrual cycle, all of which occur to biological women. Majority of the women who are seeking my women's only gym, the Girl Spot, are coming here because they have faced some level of gym intimidation or sexual violence and assault that has been perpetrated by men. So as the owner of the gym, it is very important to make it clear how my women's only gym will be operating, and it will be operating as a single sex space for biological women. Now, we do believe that everybody deserves a safe space, And there are many gyms that are starting to have mixed cubicles and changing rooms so that individuals can feel safer and more included in these environments. But the Girls Spot Gym as a standalone is a female-only gym because it is imperative that I stick to the vision and the mission and ensure that these women feel safe.
No trans women allowed. And of course, she faced criticism.
What do you mean you're going to have the idea for a women's only gym? You're going to share that idea. You're going to crowdfund for that idea. You're going to say it's an inclusive space. But when it comes time to actually opening, you're going to backtrack and say it's for biologically born women only. Number one, how do you police that? How are you enforcing that rule? Number two, trans women are not the threat. Let's be real here. When it comes to gyms, gym etiquette, being assaulted at the gym, trans women are not the threat and not the issue. And thirdly, have you ever taken a moment to actually step foot into an already existing women's only gym? Because the ones I've been to have been a gorgeous open space. Queer women, trans women, even if they're not in the gym right there at that time, you know, because it is said very explicitly that they are welcome there. And that creates a very positive and welcoming experience and environment. What you're going to create is hostility.
Yep, and right now, she's literally going viral all across UK social media and even in the United States because trans women are trying to cancel her. But let's get back to the WNBA, shall we? We do have a president that is against transgender women playing sports with women. It's unfair biologically, but that doesn't mean the WNBA is going to do that. You see, the reality is the WNBA is losing money, and somebody like Angel Reese, who keeps missing open layups at every given chance she can, believes that if she strikes in a league that is not making money, that the league won't find an alternative solution. But I believe the league is getting ready for an alternative solution. And do you know what I believe that alternative solution is? Huh? Yes, the WNBA Trans League. You see, this is the perfect league because you would have the WNBA, the Trans Association, but then you would have more dunks, more fouls, fadeaway shots, just with people with wigs on. Or they could allow transgender women to play in the WNBA, and then that would be interesting. I mean, obviously it would be a disadvantage, but people would want to see that. And the WNBA has to do something because in the last 28 years, they're not turning a profit. We're not showing up to see Angel Reese just brick shots all day and miss free throws and miss open three-pointers. Yeah, you might want to see Brittany Griner go up against a guy who's like 7 foot tall that happens to be transgender and they're both dunking on each other. It might be a more interesting thing. So Angel Reese is saying that she wants to sit it out or strike, but the WNBA is like, okay, we're gonna bring in male practice players. That's the first start. Then we're gonna bring in something different. That's right. It's going to get more interesting because the league has to make money. And if you're going to strike, it's the perfect opportunity to say, Sam Music. Well, listen, man, they strike, so we got to make these practice players put on some wigs and weaves and go out there and start dunking. I mean, just think about it. You would have the first WNBA dunk contest all-star weekend. I mean, just think about that. Skills challenge. Not to say that the women can't do the skills, but eventually it would be, for some people, I don't want to call it, but it would be very, very interesting to watch, all right? And the WNBA has to make money. And not everybody is trying to protect what you would consider cis women's rights. If they're going to strike and do that, transgenders and maybe even men could replace them. And if it makes money, it makes money. Then you know what Angel Reese will say?
Sam Music, it's not fair. You guys replaced us with trans players. And it's not fair to women. It's misogyny. Their weaves are better. Their sandals are better. Their weaves and their sandals are better. I mean, how'd she get her bangs like that? How was she dunking from the free throw line?
And then all we gonna say is, ha! Got him! I know you guys think I'm reaching, but listen, practice male players are a start, and there is definitely going to be a finish. In a real way. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out. Peace.